Mighty Morphin Power Strangers.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing Vannifar Evolved Enigma. This was a highly requested commander on my channel because people want to see what disguise can do. Vannifar is making use of the cloak mechanic. And when you cloak something, you put it face down into play, and it is a 2/2, it's colorless, it has no name, and it has Ward 2. Which means that the card that we've put into play, as long as it's a permanent, can then be flickered and put back into play. Or if it's a creature, we can pay its mana cost, like with Uro or Rixmathes, to just turn it face up. That way you don't get the downside of the enter the battlefield ability, like with the Rixmathes coming in tapped and getting all of these slumber counters, or with Uro, who actually sacrifices itself otherwise. Vannifar lets you cheat in those creatures and also cheat in really big permanents. And the kind of really big permanents you want to play are kind of up to you. I chose a variety of ones that are mean, strong, good, wild. Some of them are a lot better actually if we're casting them, like Emrakul and Ulamog, but we have a way to still do that by releasing them to the wind, exiling them under our control, and then casting them for free. Otherwise, though, we're using our flicker effects like Blur, Planar Incision, Teferi's Time Twist, Essence Flux. There's not that many of these in Arena, and we have a couple repeatable ones like Thassa, Displacer Kitten, and the Golden Argosy. These are very, very fun cards, though, and if they happen to be creatures, we can also use, yes, I know, this is not that good of a card, it's Ixidor. Ixidor was added as a special guest with Karlov Manor. And what else are we gonna do? In a pinch, Vannifar also can just buff up these morph cards, and if you happen to have put a card into play that can't be turned up, maybe it was like a counter spell, maybe it was a land that you don't really want as a land, you'd rather have a 2/2 creature, you can just buff them up each turn. And if you have my best friend Roaming Throne, you can do that twice. Very nice, right? I think that this deck has a very, very niche game plan, but can be a little unpredictable. Ideally, you are ramping. You're getting out Vannifar as quickly as possible. When you do that, you have a big thing in your hand that you put into play face down, and then you flicker it. So you want to have ramp, big boy, flicker, the three key pieces for this deck. So we're going to take Vannifar into the queue, and we're going to see what mysterious creatures we can cheat into play. Ojer, Axonil, Deepest Might. This is a good hand. We have ramp, flicker, and a big boy. These are all of the pieces that we crave. We also have a turn 2 Tidebender that we can hold up, which I think is really, really good. Ojer Axonil is a burn commander, trying to ping you for 1 damage at a time that actually becomes however much damage is equal to Ojer Axonil's power. That can be a lot of power. I have definitely run into Axonil playing pump spells and burn spells and ping things to go kind of wild. Season the spoils. There is some uncounterable burn and also some like board wipe burn too that is able to like just take out our board while everything's a 2/2. I'm just gonna hope they don't get it. Our game plan actually just got way stronger. We're not cloaking Hullbreaker Horror. What do you guys think? Do you want to take their turn and try and burn all their stuff? Because we get to recast it. We could also exile like 2 of their mana sources. Let's go with Emrakul. She's pretty cool. Now, unless they have a way to kill the face down card here, we're in a pretty good spot. Axonil on the board. Axonil, by the way, can't kill very, very quickly. But they're just doing a setup turn now. It's fine. Which is why we're going to release to the wind. We are going to exile our target non-land permanent. We're going to cast it. It's Emrakul. And we're going to take our opponent's next turn. Also, because I have a colorless creature, I can take this moment to put counters on this. I don't think I need to. I have a 13/13. And also I get to take over a burn player's turn. GG. Jolene, Teller of Tales. Oftentimes played with tons of little low-cost creatures. I have 2 mana, Mana Stone, something that slowly flickers stuff, and some big boys. We do need to get another land for this hand to work, and it's still going to be kind of slow. We're still going to try our best. We're going to use the Argosy here. Once we can get it out. We actually want the Argosy down before Vannifar, because then we can turn the card face up on the same turn it comes out. Let's see, we got Portal, Ulamog, Cityscape. Of these, I think Portal to Phyrexia is the best pick. We're gonna name Weezard. Yes, enjoy your card draw. Okay, this deck does not have a curve so much as it has a cliff. It's like 1, 2, little bit of 3, little bit of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What? There's nothing funny about Argosy. That's cool. You have 2 Esper Sentinels? Well, I've got a mysterious creature. And you won't find out what that mysterious creature is until the end of turn. My face down card. What could it be? It could be anything. It could even be a Portal to Phyrexia. Yeah! So that's our turn 4. Turn 4, Portal to Phyrexia. It's normal and regular and totally fine. That was gross. Yes, thank you. I guess I'll take Esper Sentinel since the only thing I can mimic is a legend. So this time we're gonna do something else. We're going to name Wizard. Of course, we always name in Wizard here. And this lets me exile each creature. So we're gonna Cloak. And we're gonna Cloak. And we're gonna Crew. We attack in. May as well attack with both. I wonder what those 2 cards could be. Ah. Also an Ulamog. So if our opponent follows up with like a Farewell here, that would be very bad. But pretty much anything else, we're good. We can rebuild. Okay, Skyclave Apparition can take out Argosy or Vannifar or Esper Sentinel. But I don't think it can quite save them. Now, they might get, like, the One Ring or a Fog effect. There's a Fairies Protection. And Essica lets them tap all their creatures for mana, and if they use that mana, actually can draw them a card. This 3 or more mana from creatures gets you card draw. I still haven't built Inga and Essica. I want to. What do you guys think? Second Cityscape Leveler? Second Roaming Throne? Roaming Throne, my beloved. She's an elf and an ooze and a wizard. Oh, I didn't get enough mana for her. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and attack it with everyone. Start blasting. Exile a couple cards. I guess I technically missed out on some damage by not crewing. But then this would have gone back under their control. Yeah, it's owner's control, which we don't want. And they are dead. It is a lot of damage. GG. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. Just like us, they're going to be doing a bit of ramping in Simic. I do have a big permanent to cheat out and something else, but we don't have any ramp, so we can't do it early. That's all right. We do have a memory lapse. We have Swiftfoot Boots. We've got other spells that are kind of useful for us to have. By the way, if you're wondering, Amy, why booties? It's because sometimes you gotta go fast. You like a Great Henge? How about Galta? I like a Galta more than I like a Great Henge. It's a 12/12. I got ramp, so I'm gonna play the ramp. This way we're playing Vannifar next turn. And I have the choice here between these two big chunky permanents. Galta, I think, is going to be the better one, especially because Galta will allow the Great Henge to only cost 2 mana. Which, yes please? Ooh, nice Sumberwald Sage. They can cast some really big stuff here, and I'm going to let them. No, Ironcrag, I want you as a mana rock. I'm cloaking Galta. There's Sprawlin. Get some more mana. Naming blue so they have more blue sources. If they just go for their commander, they will get a Cascade, and will probably Cascade into more ramp. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, but only for creatures. You'd prefer if it were an Emrakul? I mean, you might end up with an Emrakul. I need double green. Ixidor. Guess I'll swing in with both. Since I don't have double green, I'm gonna save the blur. And I'm still holding memory lapse. Ooh, Surk and Goreclaw. They do get to Cascade. Ramble Familiar. I could technically have had it like Cascade to get it away. I just want to hit it here. Do you have a counterspell for my counterspell? So Emoti decks typically do not run many counterspells. I would say the big one they run is Sublime Epiphany because it has more modes. Oh, a Harrow. Okay. Emoti, would you like to attack in? Smart. Anyway, hey, this is Galta. I wish I had creatures in hand. Oh, creatures in hand! Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna, go ahead and cloak that. Squoosh. I'll just swing in with a little bit of you and a little bit of you. And now I can flip one of these up whenever I please. I personally would love to have a 12/12. A 12/12 that lets me cast the Great Henge. Oh no, it's the multi... Nah. That's a bird. They cast a bird. Hey, attack me. Emoti, Emoti, attack me. Attack me. Wait, Emoti. Emoti, let me show you my Rixithys. Good game. Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. A card that can kind of go infinite all by itself. This hand has a cool creature to cheat in that doesn't need a blink. We've got a little bit of ramp, but we don't have a land that comes in untapped on turn 2. So we can either go turn 1 land or elf and hope to get an untapped land, or we could have played the Dreamroot Cascade first and then played land or elves on turn 2. This Maria card, by the way, she's kind of like a Paradox Engine super duper mega ultra combo. She goes wild with Cheerios, which is to say nice, cheap artifacts. I expect to see many of them from her. By the way, we did get an untapped land, so that's great. We can get out Vannifar next turn. Vannifar cloaking Uro. This way for 3 mana next turn. I can turn this face up, and I think I will have enough mana to then play the Henge. Or if we, like, desperately need to, I'll River's Rebuke. If they, like, unload their hand here, I will River's Rebuke them. Is that my camera? Yeah, that's probably like my curtain right on the side, the white line. Fun thing, cool thing. Fun thing, cool thing. I want to do what my deck does. And doing what my deck does will let them do what their deck does. We can both do what our decks do. Draw a card. What did Ixigor to get added to Arena? Oh, with the last set, he's a special guest. Look at him. Special guest boy. Here, if I do... Fixed it. I fixed the little white line. Yeah, the little white line was, just my blue screen being slightly cut off. Oh, look at that, Natali. Hi, Nissa. Do you think Nissa will destroy the Great Henge? Is that my Nissa? No, that's their Nissa. That's my key to the archive. Nice. What gets discarded? Meowton? How do you search the new ones? If it's a special guest, it's S:/SPG. Excuse me. Can I have that cool rock back? Nice. Thanks. There is new art for a special guest. I just don't know how to get it in Arena. Also, there's ones that are from the list, and I'm also not entirely sure how to do with those. Good game. We swing in. Game's over. Nice. GG. Mythweaver Pawk, the kitty cat that doubles up your lands. And they go first, which means they're going to be ramping before us. This hand has all the pieces that I want, though, so it's definitely going to be a keep. We have turn 2, ramp. Turn 3, Vannifar. Turn 4, Assa. These are all things that I want. I'm just going to crack this open. I'm not going to bluff having anything. We'll see how quickly they ramp. They did not ramp on turn 1. They played a Mutavault. Bramble Familiar. There's the ramp. They can get down their commander next turn. They might not choose to. Very often you'll see pop decks wait until they can follow up with a land, so it doesn't get hit by any other kind of removal. And as we mentioned before, Ulamog is a lot better if you happen to, you know, cast it. But we definitely do not need to cast it. It's a 10/10. It's indestructible. It's awesome. Blur, by the way, lets me immediately flicker it back. So just as an example, if they were to attack with Mythweaver Pock, we could go Shashwa, and then, who is this big man? Who is this 10/10 indestructible blocker? Couldn't be me. That gives me a choice of, like, do I want to play the Thassa here? Do I want to hold up Blur, Intervention, and Wash Away? I think we just wait. We hold this Thassa for another day. I don't feel like I need to morph either, so... or a Cloak. So I'll just, you know, put a counter. What could it be? Some of our flickers, by the way, return at end of turn. That's why I like they don't all work that well for blocking. Who's that? Eldrazi! Oh, Fiery Stomper. Yeah, you can have a Stomper. Yeah, he also, like, wins the game in just a couple attacks because he eliminates so much of their deck. Ah, scary! Mythweaver Pock! What are you tutoring for? Cool, 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 cool. Another piece. Look at that! You have 2 whole ones! Attack! Guess who else has one? Me! I do! It's Ulamog! Die, kitty. What's wrong? Don't like a taste of your own medicine? You're the one who just put 2 Eldrazi in your hand! Fox Agnes, the Dragon's Lash. When she or another creature with haste attacks, and you get a tapped treasure token. This means she very easily refunds her own mana cost. So, like, if you attack in and she dies, cool, you got treasure, so you can cast her again and keep attacking with all these hasty things. Some versions of this deck are more about hasty, aggressive creatures, and some versions are about treasures and ramping to just try and get more stuff. Ooh, that is a turn 1 uncontested Ragavan. Nice. I have Galta. Eventually. They stole my elf! That was a good get for you. Okay, Silken Sun Smelter. That makes me think that their deck might be based more about the treasures. Hi, Agnes! Definitely want to block Ragavan so they don't get more treasure. We've got a choice here for which ones we want to cloak. We could do Uro or Galta. Uro lets me, like, cheat this in, flip it up for 3 mana next turn. But we have Release to the Wind, so 12/12 also lets me put Uro into play. We gain the life, we draw the cards. It's pretty nice. We also have a chance of drawing another card next turn before this gets flipped up. And this is all, by the way, reliant on them not killing Galta. It does have Ward too. It is slightly protected. If I was more worried about burn, I would go for this. Oh, hey, Minskimbu. That's a hasty creature, and you can put counters on things with trample and or haste. Nice. You're gonna sack the tread. Oh wait, you don't have the mana. Aww. Vannifar, by the way, being a 3/4 here is stopping everything else from attacking in. Alright, draw a cool creature. Okay, we got Teferi's Time Twist. I'll just twist it. I'm not gonna wait since it comes in anyway. I will still cloak this. Just so I have more creatures. He's coming back. Hi, Gotha! Ooh, a key. So we have a 13/13. And we can protect one of our creatures, too. Ooh, where are you yeeting it? You yeeting it at Vannifar to draw 4 cards? Nope, right at my face. I'll have a good 13/13. A bitter triumph. I have to exile something. So this, by the way, it's not going to let it come back right away, but I can cast it for free. Ooh, Urbrask's Forge. That will get you something nice and hasty. And a Gorblim Bombardment. Sacrifice those creatures. Perfect, perfect. This is not an artifact, so you can't sacrifice it to the smelter, but you can sacrifice it to Goblin Bombardment. Hit my face. Ah, my face. I hope I draw some cool creatures. That would be really nice. I'm out here with, like, free Galtas. Just hoping for the best. Free my guy. Tail's End! Ooh! Key, show me something cool. Extra turn. Approach. I guess we take the extra turn. I'll drop the Argosy. I'll replay Galta. We don't have other creatures in hand. Pathetic! Put a +1/+1 counter on my very normal Invasion of Zendikar, and I think I'll just swing both of you guys at Minsk and Boo. Bit of an iffy spot with one blocker and the potential to sacrifice a lot of stuff. But we didn't draw anything too good. I think in hindsight, I should have morphed the Uro. I think it would have been better. So they can yeet a creature using the -2. They will be getting a Boo. I could have also left this in graveyard for the escape. Also could have paid 1 life to have another blocker here. They had lethal if they didn't block? Probably. Yes, if you morph the Uro, you get around the escape. Something, we all make mistakes. They could still kill me here, though. Ooh, Blood Gas! Oh, with haste, because I have 10 life. Nice. Arlen, who makes 2 Awu. Awu. And also Awu. Yeeting him with everything. We block the biggest boy. Getting loads of treasure. And then they can just sacrifice all their creatures post-combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional damage. You can also sacrifice the boo who's being blocked right here. And we are dead. Hit me with your best gob. GG, Agnes. Anzrag, the Quake Mole. I also built an Anzrag, the Quake Mole. This hand does not have a flicker. It does have the big boys. It has ramp. And that's something that, no, I can't flicker it, but I can turn it face up for 4 mana, and it's a 12/12. So I'm going to say this is a very keepable hand. Though it's going to be a little slow against Anzrag, especially if Anzrag's going first, which they are. Anzrag is big. Anzrag is a mole, and if you block Anzrag, they untap their creatures and get an additional combat. This plays really, really well with creatures that force your opponent to block you. Ah, yes, a fellow Pinkie Pie. Aw, and I got turn 1 ramp. Ah, another piece of ramp. I'd rather start with Into the North. Tapped mana, Ruby, she's got haste. She swings in. You may as well, unless, do you have like another piece of ramp in hand? No, okay. Into the North, we're gonna grab our Snow Duel. By the way, the only snow we have in this deck is for Into the North. That is why not all of our lands are snow. Because Redan is real and she can hurt you. Here comes Anzrag! Hi, name. Blizzard. Wizard. We're going to Cloak Erixmithes. And hopefully they don't like force us to block. Being asked, have I ever done a vehicles deck for Brawl Stars? Not for Brawl Stars. I have brewed some on my own. Specifically, I'm not gonna risk the block there. Specifically, I have brewed. It was Kaikars, as in Kaikar cars. Kaikar cars was pretty cool. Let's see. Can't play the Signet here. I'm gonna Cloak. I think Ancient Silver Dragon. I don't feel like attacking their hand. Putting on 2 lands and chilling. Yeah, but I got all these mana dweebs. Dweebus, Dwabus, and Dwoobus. I also might have a 1 mana way to make Anzrag indestructible to take tons and tons of combat. I am not afraid of the Glentorn Buccaneer. I did notice, though, that they're keeping open actual green. Move the blockers. We're gonna flip it. You make Anzrag indestructible. I see you've got 3 mana up. No, they're actually buffing Ruby. They get another combat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 mana. So we could flip this up and attack in. Ruby, by the way, does see herself and buff herself on a second attack. All right, so they're not going for another attack. They also will probably have a uncounterable commander because of Delighted Halfling. Oh, ew, I could just cast Jin-Gitaxias. I guess we just wait. That's silly. I know, like, why would we ever? He's got flash, so hold our counterspell, hold our Jinny Jin Jin, see what they do. Because it might be best for us to, like, block 2 things and then flip this up so we have an 8-8 and a 12-12. Ronus the Indomitable! Romus can attack or block since they do have other powers, other power 4 or greater. Allosaurus Shepherd to stop counter spells. Yep, that's fine. My turn. Okay. I'm going to flip up the Ancient Silver Dragon. 'Cause it's awesome! Since I drew this blur, I will use Vannifar. I don't have any slumber, baby. There's no slumbers on you. And I'm gonna put Jin-Gitaxias face down. Actually, let's cloak our counterspell. Who needs to flip things face up? This card is useless. Let's draw some cards. We're gonna roll them bones. We're gonna see how much we draw. Turning something face up does not trigger enter the battlefield. We draw 12. Sweet Jimmy Jammy, that's a lot of stuff. He played a land for turn? Okay, I'd believe it. Do I want to play a creature? Just hold up blur. I'm gonna play Scrap Forger. I don't have any slumber counters, Eric Smithies. So yes, there's a lot of you, but there's also a lot of me. Oh, look, they got another land. Ronus has a free attack. Ronus can also give other things trample. They don't have Allosaurus Shepherd mana. Miglaws. You. You and you. Is that 6 damage? Because we can Tail's End to Ronus activation. They can also deal, like, 1 extra if they, do the discard and draw. No! You don't have any slumbers! I think I have lethal. Don't do it, Amy. Like, maybe do it. Wait. Just a little. Just a little. Had fun. GG. Brawl Zarek is our opponent's name, but not the commander they're playing. They are, in fact, playing Tovolar, Dire Overlord. Yeah, woo, just for you. It's wolves and werewolves. We have ramp for an early Vannifar into Hullbreaker Horror face down, which we can then blink with Thassa to get a face up Hullbreaker Horror. That's the name of the game when it comes to this hand. You could also, like, I don't know, ramp more, but... Nah, this is cool. We're gonna Cloak the Horror. Very spooky. Weaver of Blossoms. Taps for mana. Guess I'll Cloak Emrakul. Would I rather have a Hullbreaker Horror or an Emrakul? I choose Emrakul. It's a 13/13 with flying and trample. On turn 4. Good, it's big. We like big. Big boy, good. They're ramping. Getting ready for some big-a-woo. Okay. Boop. I guess they were giving up. I don't really know what that was. That was them giving up. GG. I have to decide if I want to go for Henge next turn or, like, the surprise Emrakul. Ooh, never mind. We have no Emrakul. Is Arena List slightly different from paper? Yes, yes it is. We get none. It's a portal. I think that means we're just out. Yep. GG. Hawk. How do you search for the list cards? You have to search for whatever set they were from. You can find, you can find if a card is in Arena here, too. But within Arena itself, you just kind of have to know the card is there. I think they will add a filter eventually, but we don't have one now. Another POC. Okay, this is currently 4 out of 12 are POC. I don't like that. Mythweaver POC! Please leave me alone. There's too many of you. This hand's a little slow. We do have ramp, but we only have tapped lands. I'll still keep it. I believe they're hard cards. Like our Restless Vine Stalk, it does come in tapped. This doesn't have to come in tapped. Hey, Pock. Isn't I say wait to go first here? If we get another land, we can play Vannifar next turn. If we don't get another land, I guess Memory Lapse, hold it up to Wong Pock back into hand. If we do get Vannifar, like, I want to get the Ghalta into Emrakul, because that would be awesome. Yeah, Ghalta into Emrakul! Cloak the Ghalta! And that way, if we happen to draw another big chunky creature, you know what's up. Find a stone! Topiary Stomper. Oh, they're ramping. Since they didn't play Pock in this turn, we're also going to be holding up our Memory Lapse. Yeah, I don't have anything I need to do there, so we'll just attack in. I'll leave you back. Get the old double whammy skablammy. No. They didn't even get to see what we were gonna do. They conceded too fast. Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal. Aclazotz is a discard commander that makes bats or draws cards depending on if things were discarded and what kind of cards were discarded. Works really well with hand attack, and they're gonna be attacking my hand. I have some turn 2 ramp here. Gonna hope to get another land. If not, Uro. But I would love to Cloak Uro or the Ancient Silver Dragon. Especially the Ancient Silver Dragon, because this gets me more card draw. I'm not gonna bother bluffing having something for turn 1. I will take my game actions now, get my tapped snow lands. Thoughtseize, Duress, Inquisition of Kozilek. It's a Thougtseize. Will they go for my turn 2? Will they go for my big, scary thing I could put face down? Yep, they went for hitting my turn 2 play. I think it's a good move. Arcane Signet into another discard. Nope. I will play the Uro. I know it's awesome to cloak it and flip it up, but we have another good cloakable here. I mean, they know about it, but it's still good. Because they're a mono black deck, they're also probably going to have access to a lot of good kill spells and massacre effects. Massacre Worm, Meat Hook Massacre, Massacre Girl, Other Massacre. Lots of different choices here. Acquisitions Expert, I am going to give you this Invasion of Zendikar to discard. Lands, who needs them? Certainly not me. I got 4. And hopefully you stay alive. Just long enough. We're gonna cloak the Ancient Silver Dragon. Cryptic Coat, by the way, is another way to cloak. Very cool. But it cloaks based on the top of our deck. I would love to build a standard deck with Cryptic Coat. I think it'd be fun. Get cheaty. In older formats, you could, like, brainstorm something on top of your deck and then cloak it in. Ooh, okay. They know what's up. Thankfully, we have a backup. The Titan of Industry! We're gonna cloak it. Ba-bam. Ooh, and we're gonna be blinking it every turn. Who needs a blur? I don't. They clearly don't have lands. So we go... Shwoop. And I will destroy and shield. Destroying that. Putting a shield counter on the Titan of Industry. I know I would love to be blinking it, but this way, if they get another kill spell, they can't kill it. I protect. Yeah, see? Kill spell. My commander is dead. And she lives in a graveyard, so that's fine. I left her there because I'm going to use her to escape. Uro enters play. Attack with the Titan. Blink the Titan. They're both Titans. We're going to go for Rhino and a shield. We got a lot of trampling damage, a lot of dudes, and they don't have quite enough discard to keep up with the card draw. GG. Klothys, God of Destiny. And her destiny is to exile things from your graveyard. Healing 2 damage to you, gaining 2 life, or, if it's a land, getting a bit of mana. Got a little better with all the fetch lands we recently got. I will start with turn 1 ramp, because I have turn 1 ramp. Love a little bit of turn 1 ramp. I might actually not play my turn 2 ramp, so I have something to trigger the Displacer Kitten to flip over the Portal to Phyrexia. But I think it's probably better to just play the ramp. To go Restless Vine, stock some ramp. Oh look, more ramp. Invasion of Zendikar. Hi, Skybills! I was actually watching some older GDQ, James Dunn, quick coverage with my partner yesterday, 2 days ago, and I thought I recognized Skybills' voice in a time travel Super Mario Galaxy Luigi run. It was Skybills. So nice to hear her voice. Gotta love some speed running. Ooh, Outland Liberator can destroy our Mind Stone. They also have tons of mana next turn with Itlamok. Ulamok? Itlamok? name Elf over Wizard, because we have Elf. Hello, one Vannifar, please. I'm gonna turn Itlamok into a less scary land. I'm gonna Cloak Portal to Phyrexia. And I'm going to turn Itlamok into another land. What other land? It doesn't really matter. It just needs to not be Itlamok. As somebody who also plays Gruul Stompy decks, that flipped that early is a lot of mana. Too much mana. Speaking of mana, I would love to get to flip this up. But I need enough mana for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, a Tali. Doesn't have haste though, so he doesn't get a trigger. This is the on-attack Atali. Yeah, everybody loves Gaia's Cradle. It's like a Gaia's Cradle plus and minus because you have to flip it, but it can get your creature. But it also can tap for green if you have no other creatures. Alright, so we're gonna look. Flicker effect? Ain't no flicker effect. Break. Is it too risky for me to play this? It means that's what they steal off of Tali. That's why I'm like, that's the card I want on top. They don't have any fighty buddies here. I can flip this next turn, as long as Displacer Kitten is alive and Invasion of Zendikar remains in my hand. They're able to pump this up, and it does draw them a card. I can let Vannifar die. Like, Vannifar's not doing anything for me. So I'm going to throw it in front of that pack leader. What do they get? Ooh, Arabrask! My creatures will enter tapped. Pump it up. They'll still have enough mana for Klothys. Ow, though. Hi, Klothys. So if we can draw another non-creature spell that we can cast, though, we can go kind of bonkers. No bonkers right now. That will allow us to flicker this again and again and again and again. They drop 3. It's probably going to be like Goose, Scourger. Liberator can destroy it. So they're going to keep that. Ready for that Liberator to take out my portal. Ooh, Anzrag! Does have haste. If it's blocked, they get an additional combat. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're dead. We're dead, but it was awesome. Oh, hey, Nissa. Even more ways to destroy it. Good game. Love some good old Gruul Stompy. Okay, let's just see. What do we got here? It's... Hi, portal. Yeah, oh, pretty cool. If I block that, they would take another combat. Technically not dead doing this. But, like, even a River's Rebuke with the amount of haste they got, we're dead. Cyclonic Rift I could do during their turn. I got Turn Timber Symbiosis. Let's see what it gets. It doesn't cast, but it's a tapped 13/13. Good game. Honk shoe, honk shoe. Nice. Alright, so they're exiling. I'm gonna kill me before they can kill me. Because we haven't gotten our fetch yet. Oh, wait, have we? Oh, it's in my hand. Ugh, boring. Yay! Big Nissa! Let's go! Woo, good hits. I'm amazed they're still getting hits. I don't know why they're sleepy, though. Yeah, they didn't hit lands off this at all. For both players, they managed to only hit spells. Which is great. I wish my Atalis always did that. GG, Klothys. Ain't no kill like overkill. Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, a mono blue commander that cares about card draw. Nice. I have a feeling that this hand, though not optimal for what our deck is doing, is probably going to be a decent one because it has enough lands to play our commander. We can stop their commander, hopefully once. And, oh look, we even got a tiny bit of ramp. Nice. If we do draw a big boy, we can flicker it. Our deck is, I would say, fairly weak to counter strategies. And the big reason for that is because it's got a lot of different moving pieces. And for them to all come together and each of them to not be stopped is asking for a lot. Like a lot. And that's okay. So I'm not going to play Vannifar here. I'm just going to pass the turn. Would you like to play your card? No? Alright, great. Just two people hanging out. Maybe drawing some... Whoa, wait a minute. Jacob Hawken! I hate that kid. Throw him back on top of the deck. Listen, I know what I like and I know what I don't like. I don't like him. Oh, Vannifar resolved. She gonna get turned into a business boy? Aw, she's a 1/4! It's okay, we can blink her too. Hi, Teferi! Drawing a card, getting some loyalty. We don't get to attack for us to do things in our most optimal fashion. The collective boo for Teferi. Yeah, boo this man! Ooh. Oh, that's fine. I already did the thing. She is a legitimate business person. Business. I'm a jellyfish citizen.
Who's that handsome devil?
A clever impersonator. Do you want to be a business boy too? What do you want, a cloak? It is a mystery! Whee! And I'm a dragon! Hello, yes, one card draw, please. Okay, that was more than one card draw. At least one of these is a land. Or a creature. Elf. I'm like out here squinting, like what am I looking at here? I think there's cards here. I rolled a little high. Oh, good. Do I have a 3-drop I would want to cast? Nah, I want the creature land in. What's this? More ramp with a flicker. I'm gonna hold the Teferi's Time Twist. This is a delayed flicker, so if they like try to River's Rebuke me or Cyclonic Rift me, I can actually do this in response to have the creature come back in my end step. Ancient Silver Dragon wins the game! Love it when it works. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you liked us manifesting our creatures, disguising them, cloaking them, and then turning face up for them to be horrifying, monstrous surprises. I think Vannifar is a tricksy commander that people get really tired of really fast, because seeing a turn 3-4 Emrakul, well, it's cool the first time you see it. And then it just makes you kind of upset that it's possible. This is a very easily interrupted deck if you have the right pieces to do so, but some decks are definitely going to struggle against it. I think that Vannifar is pretty interesting as a card design, though, because you could actually also play this as a colorless creatures commander, making lots of tokens like Thopter tokens and servos, or just playing big Eldrazi like these ones and buffing them up. That's not as much of an option in Arena, just because we don't have that many of the really great colorless cards, but we still do have some fun ones, and you can even double those abilities off my good friend, Roaming Throne. I don't have a problem, you have a problem, okay? It's a good card. It's a good card, and it goes into a lot of decks. If you're looking for the deck list, it is in the description for the video. And if you'd like to suggest a deck, just as this one is a suggested deck, please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see something, if you'd like to see me revisit a deck I've already built, or if you'd like to see a specific new card from Karlov Manor, please let me know. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I have not yet brewed around. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.